Isn't that gorgeous? Yesterday I was at the Theodore Roosevelt National Park North Unit, or South Unit, I'm sorry, and today I'm at the Theodore Roosevelt National Park North Unit. And what I could tell you is the biggest difference so far is that in the South Unit, it's like you're on top of all these bluffs. And in the North Unit, you're down within the bluffs. Look at all these cottonwood trees. Still thrown off by how many there are. Isn't it beautiful? And way off over in the distance are some buffalo, so hopefully when I drive around, or bison, I'll get to see more of them. But I've seen tons of bison. Last night I got to see a brawl between two bison at the rest stop that I stayed at overnight, which by the way was a beautiful scenic rest stop. I thought it was going to be a great stay overnight, and initially it was, but between 11 p.m. and 6 o'clock in the morning, a bazillion trucks show up. Like literally a bazillion trucks. And I don't mind the truckers. It really is their spot because they work on the road, but they're so loud. Look at this. Save the cannonballs. These cannonballs, concretions, have been a popular attraction for decades. Help make sure they are here for future generations to enjoy by leaving them as you find them. If you see somebody defacing a cannonball, report illegal activity. You know, it's funny. I saw these at the North Dakota Heritage Center, and I forgot to ask the lady what they were, but look at how perfectly spherical they are. I'm going to have to walk through here and see if I can find any. But it's a beautiful morning. It's super early. I don't even think it's 6 o'clock. Which is crazy because it doesn't even get dark in North Dakota till 10 o'clock. And then I don't know when the sun comes up because I ended up missing it. Oh, look at the cannonballs in the mountain. See, this is what happens. I start talking about one thing and then I see a different thing to talk about. Anyway, I wanted to get up with the sunset, but I slept so uneasily because I kept waking up every hour that by the time I finally got some sleep, I got up and the sun was already up. But that's okay, because I am out here pretty early. It's beautiful and peaceful. There are some other people out here pretty early today, so that's cool to see other people out here. Look at that giant cannonball right there. That is amazing. And it's weird because this mountain or bluff looks just like running mud, but then it's got these cannonball things inside it. I'm going to have to see how that happens and why that happens. It's so weird because you know when you learn about this stuff that this part of the country used to be... I'm going to touch the cannonball. It doesn't say you can't touch them. It says just don't deface them. Yeah, see, that feels like normal rock. But just so you know, so does this. It doesn't feel like the mud that it looks like. And then that looks like the cannonball sort of texture of rock, but like it broke off. This is pretty neat. I wonder what made that happen. Huh. Anyway, this is another little hiking trail. Now see this part that's coming down. Look at how, I mean, this is soft, soft dirt. And if you look closely, there are some buffalo tracks. Because I saw them when I first got out of the rig. And then this is granulated, so it looks like, you know, mud running down. Oh, there's a cannonball up in there. That is freaking cool. It's so weird how this stuff is formed, and it's so weird how it's constantly ever changing, which makes sense as to why I say every time I come to a national park, the next time I come back, it's completely different than the last time I was there. But I wanted to say good morning to everybody and tell y'all that I'm out here, that it's beautiful and peaceful, and it's a nice, nice, nice morning for a hike. And this place is full of hiking trails. So these broken pieces are part of what the inside of the cannonball looks like. Look at how different that is. Look. And then look at this one. I don't know what that's called. But I have seen it before. I think in Arizona, but in smaller pieces. And definitely don't recall seeing the cannonballs before being in North Dakota. But definitely that kind of rock. Oh, see? Here's some bison track. So they must come through here. And he is. He's just hanging out on that hill over there. Look at how beautiful this is. So I'm hiking that trail I was just talking about. Here's the little trail. There's another side loop, so it must come from around there too. And this is where it leads you into. Look at this little tree, juniper I'm under. It's just beautiful back here. And then this, look at the formations on that bluff. I'm trying not to shake the phone, but I wanted to get closer. And then look at that one. It's got all those crevices in it. And you can hear all the birds in here. I forgot to tell you guys, so I'm not like a professional bird watcher. Like I say before, I'm an amateur at everything I do. But I've never heard of bird watchers talking about bird watching in North Dakota or South Dakota. And it's amazing. There's a bazillion different kinds of birds out here. Look at that. So beautiful. But you could hear them through here, but mostly I'm seeing pigeons. But I'm hearing different kinds, but I am seeing just pigeons. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy this hike. I just wanted to show you this little channel I'm going through because it's beautiful. Oh, look, and there's a big hole in that grass. Okay, see, this is why my videos get jumpy sometimes, because I got to get over this. Now, the thing is, when I first started recording, I wasn't even looking. I was just stepping and then falling in those holes. Now I'm starting to pay a little more attention. Look at that. Now I think that's formed from water and erosion, but wildlife could live in there. And check that one out. Holy cow, that's amazing. Look at this. Just beautiful. And then all these little stones come out of there. And I forgot what this is called, but this is in Arizona too, and so is this reddish color. And actually so is this color. I am one of those people that believes in the national parks not to mess with anything. But I think they're pretty cool. So sometimes I just pick them up to look at them. Other places, yes, I do pick up rocks. Like when I go out to the Arizona desert is full of beautiful rocks. But here, save it for the next guy to look at. Look at that. Those are just cool the way they form over there. It's like table, erosion, table, erosion. Huh. I don't know much about rocks, but I do know that a lot of flint came from this area, and that's how they made spearheads and stuff. So I'm thinking these are different kinds of flint, but I can't remember. But I do know that it is found, like, look at it, some of it breaks off in like perfect sort of square sort of shape things. It's pretty cool. I do know that some of this is found in Arizona, but not to this extent. But look at that. And you can see that it's definitely sharp. So I do think that's flint, and that's what they break down with other rocks to make spearheads and stuff. But it's really pretty all broken together like that. It actually looks sort of like broken pottery. But look at this. This is where this hike leads into. And then it just stops. Look at those. No critters better come out and get me. And look at that. And this one's super cool. Isn't that neat? I can get a better shot of that than I can in the caves. But it's like that all around here. It's totally amazing. And I'm just in this little like canyon crevice thing, but the trail ends right here. Look at that. Pretty cool morning. Very nice and peaceful. I came in through there. So according to Fitbit, it was 5 miles. Doesn't feel like it. I think it's because it's totally flat. Either that or the Fitbit's broken, which could be broken. But it doesn't feel like I hiked in here 5 miles this morning. Unless because it's so early, it's not steaming hot. Look at this amazing view. So this is the Riverbend Overlook view in the north unit of Theodore Roosevelt National Park. And this is actually the view that made them launch it into a park. They weren't sure if it was going to be a national, state, or recreation park, But look at this. Isn't it stunning? And it actually looks like I'm actually going to hike up that way. It looks like there was a fire out there because you could see some burnt stuff there and there. And as I hiked in here, I saw little bits of burnt grass, but I just thought that was a fluke until I got up here. That last trail I was on, oh crap, I just forgot the name of it. It's a circle loop trail as you enter the North Unit. I told you guys the Fitbit said it was 5 miles. By the time I got back, it was 5.9. That hike was beautiful, and it did not at all feel like 5.9 miles. So either I'm getting stronger with this elevation stuff, or it was because it was completely flat, even though I'm at a higher elevation. Because I don't know if I'm sure I've said it before in videos. I have a problem with elevation. I love to hike, but I have a problem with elevation. I really can't breathe well. And I don't know. There's apparently nothing wrong with me, but I can't breathe well at higher elevations. So look. Look at this. This is stunning. We're going to talk about me breathing now. Oh, and there was a fire. Wow, we'll see if we can get closer to look at that. But look at this view. And that shelter was built there so people could sit and mark the view. But it's amazing because there's like, I don't know, 8 different kinds of terrain out there. There's the juniper, the pine, the shrub, there's cactuses. Then there's that flat gray sort of rock. And then the regular badlands type bluffs and stuff. I wonder if there's some cannonballs out there. I've now become obsessed with the cannonballs. But that's where I was. My RV's way over there. Somewhere on the other side of these trees. The road's up there. But it's just beautiful out here. I can't say it again enough times, people. You got to get out and see your national parks. I get into all these things. It's $80 a year, which some people think sounds like a lot. But for $80 a year, you can go to every one of them. And yes, it's the cost of fuel and food and camping or hotels or whatever. But I'm telling you, definitely stunning. Definitely worth seeing. But I'm going to hike over this bluff, and I'm going to see if I could see more of that fire and see what was going on over there. Even right here you can see little burn spots and then a burn here. So these spots, just so you know about fires, these are the parts where the fire has jumped and spread to other places, but not the actual source of ignition, I guess would be the word. And see, these are one of the reasons why I trip and can't videotape while hiking. I love that they put them there, don't get me wrong. It makes the trail easier and safer, but it makes me trip while filming. So I'm going to stop filming until I get over that bluff so I can show you more of the fire. This is as close as I can get to the fire, which makes me think this was a lightning strike fire because it's small and it sort of just kind of hangs out down there. And the only way people would get up here to put it out would be by flight. But it looks like a naturally started and naturally extinguished fire. Pretty cool, actually, to see. And there's the river view. There's that gray. And all that stuff looks much closer than it really is because I had to come over these ridges to get here. It's pretty cool out there. But from here, it looks like you just go straight to that building. No, there's a big cliff down there. So I'm sure you all have seen and heard enough about bison. But these bison are running to catch up to their herd. And I wasn't going to videotape them, but one was running so fast he actually flipped over. Oh, and the flipped over one's staring at me now. Great. But they're running to catch up to their herd. Look at that whole herd up there. But that one, when it fell and flipped over, that was actually cool to see. I know it sucks, but it was cool to see. Look at them running. Bison running. Last night I saw a brawl between bison. Now I'm seeing bison run to catch up with their herd. I saw that one fall down. That was pretty cool, but I didn't get on video because I was just watching. Look at that. Beautiful. And look at that whole herd up there. That's a beautiful picture. Anyway, I'm sure you're tired of the bison. I am a little bit tired of the bison too and would like to see other wildlife. The kind of things that happen in life. I'm hiking on this trail. It is quiet. I'm out here by myself, but I'm not far from the parking lot. and there's a bison at the end of the trail. So I'm going to peace out and go, but I just wanted to record it in case something did happen to me. But I have to say bye now. Goodbye. Holy crap. There's really nowhere for me to go but backwards. Every time I move, he moves, so I don't want to move. Okay, he's going the other way. Bye. Holy crap. So I have to tell you guys, typically, I do not get scared out here. But I didn't expect that because if you see, I was headed down that trail between those two rocks. And it wasn't until I was headed down that I saw him there. You can't see him from up here. And I really haven't gone that far. That was pretty crazy. But I guess I will hike this way instead. Holy crap. Now I gotta pee. It's crazy because you're stuck between that point where you're really curious because there's my trail and you can see how little far I was to the rocks, so you're really curious and you want to go down. But you don't want to be that close to a buffalo. I was actually it had to be less than 10 feet, and the only thing dividing us was a rock. And now I want to go back to see where he went under the bluff. This is crazy. Where'd he go? Now I don't see him at all. Oh, there he is. See, there's my trail, and there's the bison. There's the rock I was at, and there he is. So yeah, I'm definitely going to have to turn around and go the other way, because right on the other side of him is the rest of my trail. I'm sorry, Mr. Buffalo, but we're at a standoff here, and you're freaking me out a little bit, but you're also fascinating me at the same time. Now, before you think I'm totally crazy, and I shouldn't be out here by myself, just so you know, I have registered with the park rangers. I do have identification on me, and they do know that I'm out here, and that I'd be checking in before end of day today to let them know I'm fine. But I can't take that trail now. And, oddly, when I got back up to the top, what's over there? But 2 park rangers. So, there you go. They're always around. But that was crazy because if I was playing with my camera like I usually am, or looking down or looking up and around, not paying attention, I wouldn't have noticed it. And we're still not even 20 yards away, but he's on the other side of that rock and that bluff. And there's the RV over there. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe find a different route. Maybe go chat with these rangers a little bit and see if I should go back down by the river and hike. Because the river's beautiful too, but this trail was supposed to lead me there. This is a beautiful park, and I think you can see, so the trail's there, then you go around that bluff, and then the trail goes back over that way, and it goes to the river. It looks pretty far, but this one is 5.7, I believe. It's not. Now you can actually take it further, and it's like 10 miles back to a campground, the Juniper campground, but I didn't stay at the Juniper campground. Those rangers actually look cool standing on that cliff. Because I was so disturbed by the bison, I didn't even talk about this. This is the Oxbow Overlook at Theodore Roosevelt National Park North. And that fire I told you about jumped all the way up here. That first area I recorded it in is at least 10 miles away. It's over there, and the rangers are just over that hedge over there. And they said to wait out the buffalo and then go ahead and take that trail. But I don't like to do that. I don't want to disturb them. I'm just going to go find another one. It's not like there's a bazillion trails out here. So I will talk to you later. Bye.